In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a project that a customer is looking to do. And this is for Ashley. And Ashley is an Arkansas girl, and she's looking to create something to show her pride for the University of Arkansas. So what we're going to do here, all I did was type in Arkansas logo and head on over to Google Images and look at some Arkansas logos. And the one I keyed in on, she's looking to create the A in Arkansas. So this is the image that I keyed in on that I think is going to work really well. So we just right click and choose Save Image and save that to your desktop. And then we're going to go back over here into CorelDRAW. And on my desktop, I have this logo. I'm just going to drag and drop right here inside CorelDRAW Workspace. Now, Ashley is actually using the TRW Stone Wizard, and so she's going to find that many of the functions here in EasyStone are identical in the Stone Wizard, and some functions actually don't exist in the Stone Wizard that we're going to use. So certainly she can download a 60-day demo of EasyStone if she would like to follow along. But more importantly, the concept is understanding a design process. There's no right or wrong way to begin a design. It's just a matter of, well, this is the design process that we're going to use. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to set the size of this design. And so I'm going to select my design, come over here to the specialty tab here in EasyZone and hit set size. And for the overall width, let's just say I wanted to do it 10 inches wide. Okay, so now my graphic, I know it's exactly 10 inches wide. So the next thing we want to do is set my stone color to light cyan. And I have that quick change color on the bottom here. So just right click. And now my stone color is light cyan. My current stone size is SS16 stones. So we want to change that to SS10s. So we'll right click on SS10 and you see that changed our stone size. Then we'll come over here to the stone tab and we'll just click on drop stone and we'll drop one single stone and hit the escape key to exit out of the drop stone function. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and take this stone and I'm just going to position it right here at the corner. And then we're going to go to the stone fill tab and we're going to offset. So in this case, I'm going to offset 5. Now we should lock our bitmap so we can't accidentally move it. So click on your bitmap, go over here to the specialty tab and lock it, lock image. And now we're going to offset. So we'll go to the stone fill tab here and we're just going to offset, offset, offset. Now you can actually tell it the number of steps. So let's just say I want it, I don't know, 15, whatever you want to do. You can see it'll offset 15 times and then you just trim the excess. Okay. Same thing up top. We're just going to take this, drag it up top here, position it just like so. And then we're going to select a swath of stones, offset those. And it looks like we need one more. So we'll offset that. And there it is. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do, real simple, connecting the dots. So we're going to take this dot, hold the shift key down and select that one, come to the stone tab, shift add stones, and there we go, a path of stones. So we're going to select that path of stones and copy. And all I'm doing, hitting the space bar to make my copies. And then the last one, I'm just going to right click. Whoops. So the last one, we're going to right click. There we go. All right, so that takes care of that. Now, because this is a symmetrical design, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. So we're going to select the entire design here, hit delete stone paths, and then we're going to select the entire design, drag it over here, and flip it over. And then all I'm going to do is take this stone right here and drag it right on top of that one. So now all I've done is flipped the whole design over. And if we want it to line up just exactly, then we can just come in here and we can move it over and see. So now it lines up a little bit better. Now from this point, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones. And from this point, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see here. From this point, there's 5 stones. And from this point, there's 6. So we'll trim one away like so. All right. So that takes care of that. Now we need to do the same thing horizontally. So we're just going to select 2 stones here, shift add stones, and we're going to just keep going. Shift add stones. We need to do it 5 times, right? Shift add stones. Shift add stones. Because everything else is 5 stones wide. Shift add stones. Now, obviously, this is something strange happening here. And the reason that's happening is because we've mirrored it. So we're going to take this and mirror it back, mirror it back, mirror it back. Do you want me to say it again? All right, I'll say it again. Mirror it back and mirror it back one more time. All right, so now you can see that looks like we would expect it to look. So let's go ahead and peel away our design so we can see it a little bit better without having the graphic in the background. So there is the letter A. Let's go ahead and let's delete stone paths. Let's go ahead and check for any overlapping stones. So hit C for check overlaps. That takes care of 96 overlapping stones. And now what we need to do is we need to create this offset here. Now we actually have a nifty little function here in EasyStone that will help automate that process. It's found here in the miscellaneous tab and it's called draw line. And all we're going to do is select 2 stones and draw a line. 2 stones, draw a line. All the way around. That's all we're going to do. So you just select 2 stones, draw a line, draw a line. There's lots of different situations where I use this draw line function a lot. And this is one that you'll find, one example that you'll find yourself doing a lot. Because these athletic letters are very, very common, especially when you're doing stuff for schools and whatnot. And this whole look is a very common one. So we're just going to keep going here, selecting 2 objects, drawing that line, and it only takes a few minutes. And the more you get comfortable doing it, the quicker you'll get at it. But it's really important just to understand the basic process, because once you understand the process, any logo is really easy to do once you understand the basic process. All right, so we're almost done here. Back around to our start point. Then we have to do the inside of our letter A as well. So we'll come up here and we'll catch our inside quick a minute. Go all the way up to the top. And we're actually going to create 2 designs in one in this process. So the time we spend is well worth it. All right, so now we've done all of our legwork. So what we're going to do now is just select one of these lines, go to your selections tab, and we need to mark it. And then we're going to back out, select the whole thing, and simply click on Create Selection. And what that does is it creates all the lines that are similar to the one that we marked. Then we're going to come over here to the Editing tab and choose this option of Join Paths. Okay? Now once we have that complete path made, then what we're going to do is we're going to apply a contour. And we're going to use the CorelDRAW tool for that. So hit Contour. And all we're going to do is just click and drag a contour. Now the amount of offset is our choosing. I'm just going to say whatever I want it to be. Now I could actually give it, if I wanted to give it a specific dimension, such as 3/8, I could do that. And I think that's what we'll use for this example. Let's just go ahead and use 3/8. But you can see how similar this is to the original graphic. And it was really easy to do. It only took a couple of minutes. So now what I want to do is I want to right click on my contour and break it apart. And then here's the trick. And here's something to think about. When you're creating your designs, you want to think about how you're actually going to go about creating the transfer for this design and what makes the most sense. For me, what makes the most sense is our outlines should be done in SS16 stones. That way we can cut one template and we can brush in our SS16 stones, and then we'll come in, brush in our SS10 stones for our fill, and we're done. That's the smart way of working. Now, there is another consideration, however, which we're going to talk about in a minute, that might debunk that myth a little bit. So, but one thing at a time. We're going to show you our secondary design and then you can decide, what makes the most sense for you. But what we're going to do here is we're going to put SS16 stones on this path. So first of all, we're going to change our stone color. So we'll right click on our quick change crystal. Now our stone color is crystal. Our stone size is still set to SS10 size. So we're going to right click and we're going to choose SS16. So now you see our stone size has changed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the stone tab here and we're going to go ahead and click on add stones. And when we do that, you can see stones have been added to our outline. And then what we're going to do is come in here and we're going to delete our stone paths. And this design is more or less finished. Now, there are a couple of things that I would want to change. Like right here, you see these two stones here. We'll just select them and we'll go to the editing tab and we'll choose delete overlaps. That will take care of that. Now that's nice and pointed. There is a bit of a gap here. So what I might do is try to come in here and we'll select these stones and then do H for horizontal. And even those stones are a little bit tight. I prefer a little bit tight than having a big gap. So we can live with that. Everywhere else, however, at all those corners, everything looks great. So I'm happy with that. We can leave it like that. Now there is this path that we created, and we're actually going to use this in a moment. I want to show you something we're going to do with that for our secondary design. So let's go ahead and delete it here. And let's check for any overlapping stones, which there'll be some. 22. Let's throw a weed box around here. And there we go. Our first design is complete. We'll cut this out as one single template. We'll brush in all of our SS16 stones. We'll come in and brush in our SS10 stones. We'll make our transfer and away we go. Now there is another option though. So let me show you our secondary option here. So our secondary option is to select one red stone, go to our selection, mark selection, and then we'll hit create selection and delete. And that will delete all of our red stones. And then what we're going to do is group this together. So hit G for group. And we're going to take this and hit C. That will line up everything left to right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this a contour again. Watch what we're going to do here. We're going to contour this again about, I don't know, that much. We're going to right click, break it apart. We're going to delete the skinny version. Skinny version's gone. And then we're going to go to our specialty tab and our glitter fill options and go ahead and do a red glitter fill just like so. Let's go ahead and throw this on a background as well. So here's the point that I was wanting to make earlier. You have a couple of choices because we may want to do a glitter fill surrounded outline with rhinestones. This could be two separate templates, or we could do it as one. In other words, this outline could be all SS10 stones or SS16s, either way. We could cut two separate templates so that way if we're doing a glitter insert, then we're just going to use the one template for our outline stones. But if we're doing a full transfer, then of course we would use that secondary template. If I were going to do it, I would actually cut two. I would cut one template that had both size stones on it, and then I would cut one template that just had my outline if I was doing the glitter fill option. Because I think it's easier to get everything lined up perfectly if you're having all the stones on one template versus trying to match up two separate templates. Especially in a case like this where you have this outline, you want it to look perfect in equal margins and so forth. To me, it's easier to do when you're only working on a single template. All right, so hopefully, Ashley, that answers the question on how to utilize the tools here in Easy Stone, and the Stone Wizard tools are somewhat similar to be able to create simple designs like this really in just a matter of a couple of minutes. We spent about 10 or 15 minutes on creating these two designs, and it's really super simple to do. So hopefully that helps Ashley, and hopefully it helps you guys too think outside the box a little bit on some of the different things that you can do as well. Thanks for watching.